You're listening to the 99th edition of the Bitachon podcast, and we're going to continue in the pasukim that Reb Zindel Misalant collected, and the Perush Oitzer Psuki Bitachon Yeshua brings many different perushim from the Rishonim Achronim. Zivchei Tzedek Uvitchu Hashem. Says the passuk in Tehillim Perek Daled, passuk Vav. Offer sacrifices of righteousness. Offer offerings of righteousness and trust in Hashem. Rabbi Nassan, he brings here the Medrash Shechet. Rabbi Nassan b'shem Rabbi Abba Omar. Rabbi Nassan said the name of Rabbi Abba. V'le mikra malehu zivchu zivchei tzedek. We find many sources for the concept that's being spoken about in the Medrash. We have this passuk, our passuk. Offer up offerings of righteousness. Amar HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So what does it mean in this passuk? Hashem says, Pashtu yedechem b'mitzvahs. Stick out your hands and grab the commandments. Grab every opportunity to fulfill Hashem's will. Ubitchu bi shani meshalem lecha schar. And trust in me that I'm going to give you reward. Right? So there's a few levels here, and we're going to see more about this as we continue on. But on the simple level, a person can do good deeds. A person can do things that are right. And you don't always see immediately the results of your actions. Sometimes it seems like I'm doing what's right. Why does it not seem like HaKadosh Baruch Hu is supporting me? Why does it seem like I'm not getting what I need, or I'm not getting what I deserve? So don't let it stop you, says the passuk. Don't let it stop you. Stick out your hands. There are opportunities in front of you to do mitzvahs, opportunity to fulfill Hashem's will. Do it and trust that you will receive your reward. It may not be in this world, it may not be openly visible, but you will see your reward. Have faith. Sforno. What is this a reference to? We find another passuk in Tehillim that says that the offerings of Hashem, what does it mean, give Hashem your offerings? What are the offerings of Hashem? The offerings of Hashem are a broken heart. Right? Sometimes, I was just reading yesterday from the grandson of Rav Avigdor Miller, from Rav Brog, talking about how sometimes, in order to have the right bitachon, or in order to get into that space of bitachon, we need to be at the end of our rope. We've tried everything, it's not working. We're broken. When we break, at the moment that we feel we can't do it anymore, there's nothing left for me to do. At that moment, it's possible for me, through that offering of my heart. What's the offering? The offering is the broken heart. Then I can have bitachon. When you request of Hashem to fulfill your needs, your requests, when it comes from that broken heart, so then trust in Hashem that He will indeed save you. Okay. Now he has here Yosef Tehillos of the Chidah. Zivchu zivchei tzedek shetirbu tzedakah shuka karbona. So different pshat. What does it mean to offer righteous offerings? Says the Chidah. It means give charity. Giving charity is like a korban. V'yoser shemchaperes al hamezid. Says the Chidah, it's even more in a certain sense, because it's mechaper on something that I've done intentionally wrong. Right? A korban. I can bring a korban when I've done something unintentionally. I've done a sin unintentionally. But when I give tzedakah, the self-sacrifice that's involved in giving charity, hey, it's my money, I worked hard for this money. When I give it to somebody else, that submission, that sacrifice, that self-sacrifice, that sacrifice of the ego can atone for a sin that I've done even intentionally. One who does charity and justice is more, it's a more chosen thing to Hashem. It's more beloved to Hashem than a sacrifice. So charity, and it's not clear to me if it means charity as in giving money or if it just means righteousness as in making sure that things are just, but charity and justice go together. So this is greater than bringing a sacrifice. So this is what it means when it says in the passuk, give an offering. What is the offering? The offering is charity. The offering is righteousness. The offering is justice. Give that offering to Hashem, and then, as a result of that, you can be boteach, you can trust in Hashem. We find the passuk, or a concept in Chazal, that Hashem, when you give tzedakah, when you give charity, so Hashem replaces the money for you. And what is the antecedent? I'm not sure if the word antecedent means previous or result. I want to say the result. What is the result of tzedakah? Or what is the antecedent of shalom? What comes before peace? And peace is a sense of relaxation. And peace is a sense of everything is fine. Everything is fine. Where does that sense come from? That comes from Bitachon. Where does Bitachon come from? It comes from charity, as the Chidah is explaining. Zivchu zivchei tzedek. Give those offerings of charity. Give those offerings of justice. Do what's right. If you do what's right, then you can be guaranteed that what you need, you will receive. That's where peace is. Now we have the Alshich. Medaber la'anoshim oizvei Torah ba'amram. Says the Alshich, this passuk is speaking head on, directly to those who leave the Torah because they say, look, how can I learn Torah? How can I focus my efforts on the study of Torah, on the performance of the commandments? How can I do that? I have to have parnasa first. If there's no flour, if there's no sustenance, I can't study. The person says, look, let Hashem test me, let Him give me wealth, let Him give me all of my needs, and then Hashem will see that I'm going to spend all of my time studying Torah. So the person makes a rationalization for himself and says, look, I can't spend any time learning because I have to spend all of my time working on my parnasa. Hashem hasn't given me wealth, I'm not rich. Right? If Hashem would make me rich, I would sit and learn. So the pasuk, David HaMelech, King David is responding to that taina, and he's saying like this: this is what God will respond to such a person. Who is more trustworthy? Says God to this person. Is it me or you? You don't have the ability or the chutzpah to say that you are more trustworthy than I am, right? Says Hashem, you, my dear friend, you, my sweet human being, start learning, start being involved in learning in a state of despair, of desperation, of lack. Okay? And trust me that I will provide for you what you need with the fruits of the Torah. Spiritual principle. If you are involved with learning, if you are involved with mitzvahs, you will receive the fruits. What are the fruits? It goes on through a list of the things that you get the fruits in this world. And the tree itself, so to speak, is there for the person in the world to come. And what's the final one on the list? So there's a promise. Studying Torah, guarantees that you'll have everything that you need. So start with that. It's about this that the passuk says, bring offerings of righteousness. You do yours. You take care of your part. You be involved in Torah learning. You be involved in mitzvahs. You be involved in spiritual pursuits. Trust in me that I'm going to take care of you when it comes to your parnasa, when it comes to your livelihood. And trust that Hashem, when you do what's right, you're going to get all that you need in order to continue on that path. He brings here in the note, we find this principle, the Ramban writes it, that a person is obligated to start serving Hashem and then trust that Hashem will help him. The Ramban has a book which is called Ha'emunah Bitachon, which is all about faith in Hashem and absolute trust in Hashem. This is what he says there. Bitachon means that I trust Hashem that He's going to help me so that I can perform His commandments. This is why we find that the passuk says, Bitach b'Hashem v'aseitai. First it says, trust in Hashem and do good. Why? Trust in Hashem means trust in Him that He will help you and He will support you in order to do His will, to fulfill His commandments. Trust Him. And then it says, go out and do good. First you need to trust Hashem that you're going to have what you need. Then you can go out and do the mitzvahs. You need not worry. You need not think, oh, how can I be involved in mitzvahs? Sorry. How can I be involved in mitzvahs? How will I be provided for? No. Trust in Hashem that He wants you to do the mitzvahs. He's going to help you to have what you need so you can fulfill and perform the commandments. Run after the commandments and try your best to do them. Don't hold back from doing what's right because of your perceived lack of ability. Because Hashem will help you. He will support you. He will make sure that you are able to do everything that you need to do. So this is the pshat in the passuk. It's the Alshich. It's the Ramban. This is the pshat. Zivchu zivchei tzedek. Uvitchu el Hashem. Run after mitzvahs. Run after the commandments. Run after Torah. Don't let that thought into your mind, well, how will I support my family? Don't let that thought in. Push it aside. And know that when you do what's right, you will be provided for. It's a promise. Last thing from the Be'er Avram. Yirtzeh, on this passuk, Zivchu Zivchei Tzedek. Yirtzeh hine, kidei shetasigenu alam haba, bal tevakshu kozav sela. What this means to say is that we need to have bitachon, that we will merit to have the world to come. What does it mean, the world to come? What is this reward that we speak about? If we do the mitzvahs, you will receive rewards. What is the reward? The reward is Misanagal Hashem. It's that Hashem shows Himself to us. Hashem shows us His love. Hashem shows us His light. There's no greater enjoyment in the entire world. Every enjoyment that we experience in this world is just a nothing compared to the enjoyment of Hashem's revelation, of Hashem, His light in the world. Hashem showing His light to us. That's what Olam Haba is. In order to receive Olam Haba, so don't run after any falsehood. We need to sacrifice. What do we need to sacrifice, says the Be'er Avram? We need to sacrifice our taivas, our base desires for food, for lusts, for honor, all of these things, our anger, what is anger? Think about it. What is anger? Anger is, I didn't get what I want. Demanding of life, what we want, what we expect, what masha magia li, what I deserve. Let go of the anger. Let go of the taivas. That's a sacrifice. Says the Avraham, you need to know that just because I did this, I did the mitzvahs, I learned the Torah, I gave up my taivas, I gave up my anger, I didn't get upset when someone wronged me, I let it go. Magia li, olam haba. Okay, I didn't take masha magia li in this world, I didn't try to grab what I deserve in this world, but I deserve the next world, right? Hold on a second, says the Be'er Avraham. Put that thought on hold. Lo magia li. Not even olam haba. Just hold on a second, okay? Don't worry, you're going to get olam haba. But have the right attitude about it, says the Be'er Avraham. Even when I do something, Hashem doesn't owe me. Hashem does not have to give me olam haba. Doesn't have to give me a revelation of His goodness. V'iduno. And that enjoyment, ki mi hiktimu v'yishalim. Who says that Hashem has to give me anything? Okay, Hashem says that that's what He does, but who says that He has to? Nobody. I'm saying Hashem doesn't owe anybody anything. Hashem is the one who decides to give us, to provide for us, to offer us good, to do kindness for us all the time, but He doesn't owe us anything. We haven't done anything for God that really, we're just doing what we're supposed to do. It's not like we've done anything that makes us worthy. But despite the fact that Hashem does not owe me anything, despite the fact that Hashem does not have to give me anything, but trust in Hashem. The passuk is telling us, do what's right, but sacrifice, sacrifice your taiva, sacrifice your desires, sacrifice your anger, your righteous anger, but also sacrifice your belief that Hashem owes you anything. And trust in Hashem, trust in His kindness. Hashem loves us, and He wants to give us every good. Trust in Him that it's going to be good. Trust in Him that He's going to indeed give you olam haba. Of course He will. But not because because I did His mitzvahs, I deserve because I did God's will. No, that's not why Hashem is going to reward me. It's not why Hashem is going to reveal His awesome light to me. It's not because I deserve it in any way. It's out of His great kindness. It's out of Hashem's great kindness. Think about a parent and a child. Think about how we feel towards our kids. Think about how our parents feel towards us. Why do we give to our kids? It's not because our kid did anything, what I'm saying. It's not because my kid, I said, please bring me a cup of water. My kid brought me a cup of water, and now, now I'll give you some money for a toy you want to buy. That's not how it goes. That's just not it. It's really simple. I love you so much because you're my child. Yeah, I want you to be machabed. I want you to have the midah of kibud. I want my child to know how to honor others, to honor me. Really, to be a person who knows how to respect and honor others. It's not about me. It's more about my child having that midah, having that character trait. Hashem also, when He asks us to be machabed Him, to do the mitzvahs, it's not because He needs it. It's not because I deserve something as a result of doing it. Hashem is going to give me because He loves me and because He's kind. And because, of course, because I did what I'm supposed to do. That's also true. But the focus, the way of thinking, the Bitachon mindset, I would say, the Bitachon mindset means that I'm trusting in Hashem that the good will come because Hashem is kind. I'm trusting in Hashem. I'm not doing it it's not because of anything I did. That's really a hard lesson to take in, because we act in this world. We do stuff, and we do see results of our kindness. We do see the results of being good. A child who is in a class and she's kind, or he's kind, he's going to have more friends. She's going to have more friends. People want to be around people who are kind. But that's not why she should be kind. She should be kind in order to have good midas, in order to develop that character trait. We have bitachon that Hashem will provide. That's the mindset of bitachon. It's very interesting, because Rosh Hashiva talks about in the Vardik. So there were two focuses in the Vardik. There were two main thrusts of their avodah outside of learning, outside of the Gemara. The two thrusts were bitachon and lishma. Lishma means I'm doing it for its own sake, right? They're not so far away from each other as we're hearing over here. Lishma means I'm doing it for God's sake, not for the reward, not because God is going to give me a reward. He will give me a reward. I'm in this space, I'm in this place of lishma. Lishma. That's the focus, lishma. Doing it for the right reasons. I'm having bitachon that Hashem is neman to pay schar, and that Hashem is going to do so. And I'm having bitachon, and I'm giving up my taivas, I'm giving up my desires, and I'm in that space of doing Hashem's will. Thank you so much for listening. See you again next time.